Spotlight family, welcome to Lead Through Sports Spotlight Thursdays. Tonight's episode 16, we got Romond Deloatch. My man's from the crib, 757. Y'all know what time it is. Phoebus High School. Let's get to it. What's going on, my G? Hope everybody's having a good night. Let's get some good talks on. Let me send this to a few people real quick. You know how that go. How you been, bro? Where is about to send him the request right now. What's going on, Rick? What's going on, Sealy? Trying to send it to him.
What up?
What's going on, fam? How you feeling, man?
Man, good. It's gone from practice, man. My bad. I'm a little crazy.
Good, it's all good, man. I feel like I ain't seen you in since high school, yo.
I know, man. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I always be seeing your lives and stuff. I was like, man, I can't wait to get on there. I'm waiting for him to give me an invite.
Nah, facts. Well, you got it. You here now, so that's all that matters. How was practice, though?
It was good, man. It was good. We just talked about the travels and stuff like that. We leave tomorrow for the flight. We headed to Jersey and stuff.
Or that's what's up.
Yes,
We'll get into where you're playing at a little later. Right now, I see a few new viewers, and I want to tell everybody what this platform is about. So, Lead Through Sport is a student-athlete development initiative, and it's also a platform for me to highlight former student-athletes, current entrepreneurs, current creatives, and, just people that are doing really good things so I can tell their story and help people connect their dots. You know what I'm saying? So, people like you, professional, doing really great in life. I want to bring people like you on so you can show them the way of being successful. As you know, for the 757, these athletes, they don't understand, what life is about. They're all, rapper, go to the league, and life is much more than that. So that's why I got you on, bro. And I want to salute you early because you're one of the ones that made it, you know what I'm saying? Professional, doing what you love, doing what you dreamed of. So salute to you and keep going, bro.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. So we start off, man. Just tell me a little bit about yourself. Where you from? Tell us the colleges you went to and things like that.
Okay. All right. Romond Deloatch, for the people who don't know. I went to Phoebus High School. Graduated 2012. Went to the Temple, played up there, came out 2016, graduated, criminal justice major. And I had an opportunity to get a workout, get picked up by the Eagles in Kansas City. Then I went on to playing in Canada, and now I'm playing arena right now. So that's a little fast pace about who I am.
Absolutely. So how many sports did you play growing up? I know you played basketball and football. Was there anything else you tapped into?
Track a little bit my senior year. That was pretty much it. But everything else, just pretty much basketball and football.
And what made you stick with football? Because you was eyed in basketball, you out there. You feel me?
What made me stick with it, man, was probably Coach Daniel was pretty much one of the guys. I thought basketball, playing AAU. I thought, I had an opportunity to play in that, but having guys like you and Big Coach Jay, looking at y'all guys, man, y'all some studs. So I knew I had a better opportunity standing out on the football field rather than on the basketball field. So that's where, why I stayed playing football and basketball.
And I do want to salute Coach Daniels because he loves football players.
He loves
football players, you know what I'm saying? As long as you work hard and play defense, he would rock with you. So salute Coach Daniels on that. So Let's get to high school. When you was in high school, what was your mind state like? Were you thinking about your life after post high school? Were you thinking beyond football then, or were you just focused trying to get that scholarship?
Man, it's crazy, man. Being a coach now, and I know we're gonna tap in a lot of things. But it's crazy that you asked me this question because I tell a lot of athletes now, seeing them now, they're so focused on trying to get to the league in college. And right in high school, man, honestly, bro, it was this main thing, just really just having fun. You know what I mean? Just pretty much having fun. So I didn't really worry about too much of really going to college. until like my senior year. But at first, it was just having fun, and then enjoying the game of football, and really just being in school, basically like who can score the most touchdowns, and clout chasing pretty much on that behalf. But I wasn't really focused on too much like trying to get into college, just having fun pretty much.
I feel that. So for the kids right now that are focused on having fun, because I feel like it's a two-way street. You can be worried about fun too much to the point where you're lost and you don't really leverage yourself to make it. What would you say to some student athletes right now that's on that wave?
Okay, I would basically say definitely have a balance, you know what I mean? And definitely, surround yourself around people who definitely can understand that balance, you know what I mean? And when I say by that, coaches, listen to those guys, because sometimes you can have fun, have a good time, but at the same time, you gotta know you gotta get your grades right, you know what I mean? Go to those college camps and stuff like that. So definitely a balance for real. But I tell that for the kids out there who just really just focusing on college, they kind of missing the whole high school career, you know what I mean? They kind of just focusing on, and then if they don't get it, they really just hurt because they didn't get that scholarship. And then at that point, they just really lost. And I've seen a lot of athletes, seniors, just really they don't make it. They really just out there in the streets and stuff like that. So I try to tell them they'll just really enjoy their time in high school, man, and everything gonna come and fall in place.
That's a fact. That is such a fact. So you played on the squad. You got 4 rings, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You played on the squad. So you was in 9th grade. You was in the trenches because we all know about FIBA's football back in that era. You got 4 rings. Please talk about how tough it was as a freshman, playing with those upperclassmen and earning your stripes and eventually, highly contributing down the road.
It definitely was very tough coming in. As people know about Baby D, Sean Austin, all those guys. Coming in with those guys, it was very, very, very tough. It was intimidating because those guys really even though they scared you, but they put it out on the field and they showed that you can't just come in here being a slouch. Daquan Romero, who played as a freshman, set the standard so high. You can't just come in here and this talent. You gotta know what you're doing. So I think with me, and a lot of guys like Boombox, guys like that, I think it really helped us out, just seeing those guys kind of lead the way. So when we came seniors, it made it a lot easier for us. So we know how to win and be seniors and stuff like that. But it's very tough playing at FIBA's, because a lot of guys, transferred, they were on the field. So I think it really kind of helped me out to who I am today, really sticking through and not just running away when times got hard.
That's real. That's real. So at what point in time did you become a leader on that team? Were you ever a captain or did you ever take a big leadership role?
It came my junior year, but we still had guys like Daquan Romero on the team, Caleb Taylor, Tyree Lee, Deshaun Arnold. We still had those guys on the team. So I wouldn't say it was hard, but those guys kind of took the leadership role. My senior year was kind of the year that I really took upon that leadership role, even though I was one of the starters that junior year. But the senior year was my year when I kind of took over that that leadership role, and it was hard.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, and I watched y'all for years, man, and y'all really did it big. And you got your break after high school, so glad you're still doing well in that department. So before we get to college, I got a game that I play with everybody on the spotlight. It's called Random Rapid Fire. I'm gonna ask you a list of 14, 15 questions, and it's gonna come at you real quick, and you got to answer within 3 seconds. All right. All right. 3, 2, 1. If you were in Tokyo right now, what's the first thing you would do?
Go to the club.
I ain't mad at you. Best corner you've ever faced on any level?
Best corner? Sorry, you want the name or? Oh, all right.
Yeah, name.
College.
Name.
Oh, I would say high school. No, sorry, college. Tavon Young.
Most yards in the college game?
97.
Who did you model your game after?
Des Bryant.
Greatest wide receiver of all time?
Julio Jones.
3. Okay.
Julio Jones.
Grills or chains? What you like better?
Chains.
Grills or chains?
Chains.
Would you rather skydive? Or climb a mountain?
Neither.
Say, who's the funniest person in your life?
Ooh, in my life, I got it.
You got 3 seconds.
Okay.
1. We got to skip. We got to skip. Favorite food to grill?
Oh, chicken.
Favorite food to grill?
Chicken.
If you could have a 30-minute sit down with anyone in the world, who would it be?
My mother.
Explain your parenting in one word.
Hard. I would say hard. I would say hard on my son.
And give us one life lesson. Give us one life lesson that you've learned over the past year.
Patient.
Patient. You want to? Can you elaborate a little bit? What did you learn about patience?
I was always on go. I learned that, you know, being patient and not always taking the first thing, or not just, if I didn't get the first phone call, I'll be upset. I'll be down on myself. Or if I didn't see results in my training, I gotta be patient because it's gonna come.
Absolutely. That's facts. And this new generation, they lack patience a whole lot. And that's one of the things that I feel like a lot of people need to pick up, because patience, that's going to actually help you in the long run, because everything, like you said, everything's not going to come, you know, at you when you want it or when you need it to. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that patience. Right. So that's a good one. So let's transition to college for a second. When you got to college, what was it like being a freshman at a big time school? And I'm not even talking football right now, just adjusting to the lifestyle, adjusting to, you know, just having that freedom. What was that like for you?
All right. So we on live. So I'm going to be real, because I talk to my kids like this, and I'll be completely honest. It was very, very hard for me, because like I tell my people, and I'll be real people, the girls was very, very hard, because I had so much freedom. And being at home, I didn't have that much freedom. My mom and dad, my mom was kind of like strict on me when I had people in the house, girls in the house, in my room. When I got to college, I had my own room, had my own apartment, and I would say girls was very distracting, because there was so many of them. So I thought the first thing was like really find that balance on knowing when to have your fun and when to, you know, take care when you got to take care. And being at Temple, we had a lot of like gear, a lot of things in the city. So it was a lot of distractions that, you know, it can take you for surprise if you don't come prepared.
Absolutely. That's definitely a fact. So let's transition to you being a student, like managing being a student athlete, getting that work done. And then also, you know, having those long days of practice, long days of lifting. What was that struggle like? Because that's a big adjustment from high school.
Yes. Just kind of like fast forward, so people don't know, I had a learning disability in high school up until, you know, college or whatever. So I had a hard time reading and writing. So I would say the biggest thing for me was definitely taking the time with my advisors when it came to the classroom. So at the same time, me and my coaches, we definitely took an extra lot of time in the film room, because, you know, I wasn't somebody to learn to play real fast. So I took my time. Well, I said took my time. It had me staying after for hours learning the playbook, just like in the classroom. Like I get to study hall at 5 o'clock. I probably won't leave until 10 doing the paper. So Temple definitely did good with me with the advisors and stuff like that, getting me right, helping me out with that.
That's good stuff. That's good, man. So give me what's one big difference between, you know, being a college student athlete and a high school student athlete? Because a lot of student athletes think it's the same. They think it's going to be all sweet and peachy, and it ain't like that. And I know you know, so let us know about that.
The difference is really just you don't got your mom and dad around. That's just kind of like fact. That's just the nail in the coffin. You don't got that. You don't got nobody telling you what to do or being on you at the end of the night. Yeah, you got your coaches, but really you become an adult when you leave their house. You become an adult, and some people don't really know how to be adult, and that's why I feel like most high school classes should have some type of like leadership type of like real life programs for guys who going to the next level or getting out of high school and stuff like that, because that was the biggest thing, just really not having, you know, your mom or dad around telling you what to do or what time you can come in the house and stuff like that. You know, I mean, you was, you know, out having fun.
That's weird. That's real. That's super real. So can you tell me, like, can you pinpoint your biggest roadblock outside of the women? Just talking football now. Can you pinpoint your biggest roadblock in college?
You breaking up. Say it again.
I said, can you pinpoint one of your hardest moments in college, like being in that program, being a high-level football player?
The biggest roadblock, and you said outside of women, Honestly, Scott, hey, that was my, a lot of people tell you that was my biggest roadblock, bro. Like, women was my biggest roadblock. You know, it was on like I performed on the field. I did what I had to do. It literally was like, you know, me being up at night and not getting no sleep because I want to hang out with this girl and that girl and whatever, and I get up and I go to practice. I be late. And that was like my first 2 years. So that was kind of like my biggest roadblock. Once I got that, that's when my career started to take off for me. Once I got past that.
Got you. So you being in two high level programs, you got Phoebus, you got Temple. Give me some lessons that you learned within the football programs that you've been a part of.
Oh, for Phoebus, I would say, being a winner. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing. Like, man, like when I got to Temple and me now, like, you know, I knew how to win. A lot of things, like I knew the effort it took to win. You may not know how to play the position all the way, but I knew how to win, finding a way. Being at Temple, when I first got there, we wasn't a winning program, but when we got Coach Rule, shout out to him, Coach Rule. He's a Panthers head coach right now. After my sophomore year, we became a winning program. So I know, even being here, I know what it takes to win, regardless, you know, what it is. So it's being a winner and finding a way to overcome any obstacles that's thrown at you. And that's what I learned being at Phoebus. You know, winning championships at Phoebus and winning championships at Temple.
Got you. Well, all that winning translated to you becoming a pro, right? So let's talk about your pro stop. So you played with Philly. You played with the Kansas City Chiefs. You played in the CFL, and now you're in the Arena League.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your experiences on that NFL level with the Kansas City Chiefs first, and then the Eagles, or however order you want to do it?
Right. So I was with I got picked up by Kansas City. Excuse me. And my time being there, it was, you know, it was short, but it was nice, man. Like I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was amazing, actually. You know, I'm very shocked. I was there with Patrick Mahomes that year, all those guys. So it was the fans, the program. Andy Reid really had that program like a championship team, and you can tell when you got there. And the biggest thing I noticed that, you know, being at, no offense to Eagles, but being at Kansas City, I noticed that they treated the players who was undrafted versus the guys who were drafted the same way. They treated me the same way. And being at Philly, you know, this still a winning program, but that was like kind of like the difference. You can tell who the draft picks and who was unsigned free agents. So that was the biggest difference when it comes to that. So
I got you. So people always say, well, not people, but you know, people that are in the NFL, they always say like that locker room's like, it's like really the trenches, like, you know, people not getting along. It's like everybody for themselves. It sounds like you didn't experience that at Kansas City. It wasn't just like that. It was more like family oriented.
Yeah, like when I met Kelsey, and you know, just being there, man, like it wasn't like that at all. Like I literally thought, like, yo, like this is where I want to be at. Even in Philly, like it wasn't, you know, like that from my experience. You know what I mean? And in Philly, I think people kind of like they banged at me because I was at Temple and Temple was in Philly. So everybody was like, yo, the rookies, like, yo, what's the move? What's this? So I think, you know, being at Temple kind of helped me when I was at Philly.
Got you. So tell me about some of the biggest sacrifices you've had to make to be on that level, because we all know you're a 1%er.
Yes.
So talk to us about, you know, that sacrifice you had to make. What kind of sacrifice did you have to make to get there?
Oh, man. So the biggest thing was, you know, the training for, you know, become a pro. You know, not really being around my family, sacrificing my sleep. That's when I became like, you know, really retrained. Like my guy, shout out to my trainer, John. He down in Florida right now, but he had us we was in Maryland, and literally, man, like we literally would train 2 times, like 2 days, early in the morning, in the afternoons, and we really we probably didn't get a lot of sleep. So I think basically, like, you know, going through my training process was definitely a big sacrifice, because I ain't gonna lie, man, it was hard.
Got you. So now I want to talk about, you know, you're a big time trainer in the 757. How did that come about? Like, what made you start working people out?
Well, it came about. It was a humbling experience. I ain't gonna lie. I thought I was the, the guy, the GOAT, and
Yeah.
I felt like at that point, people couldn't really tell me nothing. I knew I was gonna be in the NFL. Even when I got cut, I knew I was gonna get picked up. So I was just basically just out on the field, just training people. I mean, just training myself. And people was like, oh, you a pro? Like, you play with the Eagles, you play with Kansas City, so they wanted to work out with me. And I didn't really like paying no mind because I didn't really care for them. I didn't really care for the people as much. I didn't really care for them. And then once I didn't get no phone call and I got cut, I started realizing the people who really was showing me love was the people who was looking up to me that I was like working out. And I realized from that point on, it was like, I was chasing something, but at the same time, people was chasing to be around me and work out with me. So I was like, you know what, like that right there kind of gave me a passion because people started to listen to me. People really took the time to like kneel down and listen to what I had to say. So from there, man, Mondo's Training was born. Back in 2017, 2017 summer is when I started that Mondo's Training, and from there it just kind of like took flight.
Got you. So is that something that you plan on, taking the distance, like doing for the rest of your life after football?
Absolutely. That 2020. Sorry for certain people. 2020 COVID happened. Some people it was like the worst thing that happened to them, but 2020 was the best thing that happened to me. The gyms went down, and that's when really like my training stuff really took flight. Like it really took flight. And shout out to my friends Bree, Meg, Megan, my ladies. Like shout out to a couple of my friends who kind of like was being there for me. Terry from the like when it took flight, and then I realized at that point, I really fell in love with something else than sports. Because football was always number one. So doing this training thing really was like another love for me, and I woke up every morning like really loving it. Like from 7 in the morning to like 10 at night, I'm on the gram. You see it, like I'm posting videos all day. Hot, cold, no matter, man.
Yeah.
So
my boy,
I love it, man.
You be going crazy, yo.
Hey, man, I love it.
Nah, I believe it. I remember when you first started, like you would have so many, when you tap on the story and you got so many little dots, so I'd be tapping. It'd be 9 a.m. and then it'd be 5. I'm like, dang, did he eat? Like, I know my boy got to eat at some point.
Hey, man. It's crazy, man. It's funny.
No, but that's a testament.
Yeah,
that's a testament to your dedication, man. You really found something that you love, so you tapped into it, and that's how you be when you find your passion. And that's one thing that I encourage everybody on here listening to do. Find your passion, because once you do that, life is going to change. Your eyes going to open, and then things just going to start rolling and tumbling and being your favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate it.
And that last,
I love it.
One more comment I have. Yeah, one more comment I have before we end. 2020, the pandemic, I feel like you said that helped you tremendously. That helped me as well. And I feel like 2020 was a blessing in disguise because it gave people time to actually sit down, think, and like realize like, things can really come to a close. Like, what do I need to do? Like, it made people slow down, gave us patience, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? So that helped me as well. Last question. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying you're right though, man. It definitely, and that's when I realized like a lot about the patience. Because before I was like so stressed out, not really the funds, won't really making as much money in the school like I really wanted to. And then once, like I said, man, once 2020 came and I started seeing stuff flowing in, I'm like, hold up, this all me? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can really, you know what I mean? And then from there, it's just, so I got some big things. So people who listening, man, definitely, I got some big things coming up for Mondo's Training down here in Georgia. I'm racking up a lot of big things. So come end of the year, I got some big things coming in for Mondo's Training, man. So y'all just stay tuned when it comes to that, man.
Absolutely. We definitely going to tap in with you. So last question, I want to know, for that one person out there that's going to follow the footsteps that you've took in, you know what I'm saying? What advice would you have to that one person?
For the person who, the advice that I got from? What's the question?
Yeah, somebody who's going to go down a similar path as you being a student athlete.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, I hear you. I got a question now. So basically, man, for the people who listen to this, who might go through a similar path, like I say, man, like really take the time to like, appreciate every moment where you at. That's the biggest thing. What I tell people now, like every moment, you know, I posted it now. Appreciate the moment. I feel like a lot of us, you know, we do things and we so quick to like not appreciate it, and we want the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. You know, appreciate each moment. So if you're getting an A on a report card or A in the grade book, whatever, like take the time to really appreciate that A. You know what I mean? Or you score that touchdown, I really appreciate it. Or you make a big play, or even the bad thing that happened, really appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because when it comes to an end, it's gonna come to an end, and that's the biggest thing that I wish in the NFL. I wish I would appreciate it because I didn't really. I go back now, I look at all the pictures, and I'm like, yo, I didn't even really appreciate it. Like I just thought like, oh, I'm supposed to be there. You know what I mean? And now that, you know, I love arena, but you know, obviously the main goal is NFL. But I wish I would have taken the time to really appreciate those moments, and even with the people around me, I appreciate the people around me because hey, people are dropping like flies. So you know, it's to really appreciate. That's the biggest thing. Appreciate, you know, the things that you got going on right now, the journey.
Absolutely. Two things you don't get back is time and moments.
Facts.
Two things you don't get back. So definitely got to appreciate the moment, and you got to make sure you soak up all that time, dog. Got to soak up all that time. What was you getting ready to say?
No, I'm saying facts. You're right. That's completely right.
Yeah, nah, definitely. And for those of you, and I know this camera's a little messed up. I wish we had better quality video, but there's a lot of gems that was just dropped, man. Romond, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come on. You was fresh out of practice, and you know you gave us what needed to be gave. So I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Again, I want to thank you, guys. I want to appreciate you a whole lot, man. Because me watching, you know, what you got going on, I literally be up here just watching, and I'm like, man, I was nervous at first getting on here, man, because I was like, I really appreciate what you got going on. So I was like, yo, I'm waiting when he gonna hit me up. I was getting kind of like, I can say mad, but I was like, yo, man, I'm from the 757. When he gonna hit me up? And I was like, man, just be patient. So when you texted me about it, I was like, yo, my time finally came. So I know you got a lot of
Yeah,
athletes
come
in here,
on, man.
though.
Don't do me like you knew you was coming. Yeah, you knew
But
you was coming. Don't do that. You knew
facts.
that.
But I got one question though for you though,
Nah,
man.
but yeah, what's up?
One question before you go.
Talk to me.
What made you start this right here though, man? Like, what made you start this? What you got going on, man? I love that, man.
Um, honestly, just these interviews, honestly, it just came with the momentum I was having in my business. Like, I started doing career coaching, and then I started doing motivational videos. So I thought, like, man, I'm a former athlete. I might as well start, you know, highlighting people's stories so I can help, you know, not other former student athletes, but other, you know, student athletes that are coming up, give them something to, you know, really look to so they can be able to, you know, carry that and take it into their life post sports, because I'm successful post sports, and I already had, I wouldn't say a plan B, but I already knew I was going to do when I was done. And I know a lot of student athletes don't. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does, for sure.
And you know, rise to the occasion. Rise to the occasion is all about life development and seeing people reach their peak in life. So I figured this is one of the ways I can start with the athletes, and I'm just going to keep building and building and building.
Definitely, though. Well, I appreciate you having me on, man. For real, man. Appreciate that.
Yo, when you get home, you got to tell me, because I'm trying to do something. I got something else I'm working on. I want you to be a part of it. So whenever you get home, let me know.
I got you, man. I would definitely do that.
All right, cool. Well, tell the people where they can follow you at.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm Mama's Boy, so _ Mama's Boy 11. You can follow me on Instagram, and then my Facebook is Romond Deloatch. Romond, ROMOND, Deloatch, DELOATCH. You can follow me on Facebook. I don't have a Twitter, but hey, those two things you can follow me on. And hey, if you want to get some good workout, come train with a pro. Come tap in.
Come train with a pro. MT, let's get it. All right,
yes,
my
sir.
dog,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I'll at you, bro. And good luck on your next game too.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, by the way, too, before I go, hey, so I know you're gonna air this later. Hey, tune in. We play Saturday at 7:00. I was on YouTube. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna send it to you, man, too, as well, so you can like shout it out. But tune in, number 7, Columbus Lions. And then hopefully y'all get to watch it, man. And hey, we'll follow each other's career, man.
Absolutely. You heard my dog, and we gonna link soon. Keep getting it there, man. I'll holler at you, bro.
All right, man. Take care. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, sorry for that video. I don't know why that video was like that, but anyways, good downs by my man Romond. Y'all go ahead and follow me at @tscotty_. Follow my life development page at _rise to the occasion. All things life development, career coach, student athlete. Y'all know how I get down. If you're new to my platform, I do this every Thursdays. I'm highlighting student athletes right now, and I'll be back next Thursday, 7 p.m., and we'll get to talking. I'm going to holler at y'all. Take care.